Hi there guys, Jacob Smith here. Welcome back to another Mystery Arts Inc. video. It gives me great pleasure to be able to kind of give you that cool little bit intro sequence there. That was the help of a lovely grip gear slider that I just recently had in my arsenal of tools I can use to make some of these cool content videos for you. Obviously we're still in my new home. Love it very much here. But that's not important because today we're here to talk about something that's surprisingly controversial. But then again, my dear friend that's the author of this book is controversial, but I think people create controversy for the wrong reasons. He's somebody that honestly looks at mentalism different than anybody else I know. The closest person that looks at it the same way I think he does would be Peter Turner, and even then he kind of takes some really interesting shifts from Peter, and of course Ross Taylor goes in that mix as well, since him and Ross kind of create a lot of work together. Of course, I'm talking about my dear friend Fraser Parker. I love you, Fraser. I know you're watching this. You're a class act, my friend. So, what makes this new release, the Drawing Duplication, the Propless Drawing Duplication of that, so incredible? Well, for those of you who have seen Proteus by, I can never pronounce your correct name correctly, at least fail on Balik, it's an amazing routine. You can literally have somebody pretty much think of drawing any drawing to an extent, and you're able to reveal what it is with minimal compromise. We'll say that, minimal compromise. So what's been done so far is absolutely incredible with it, but with the good graces of Phaedon, Fraser has been able to release this incredible miracle to us, which is a simplified, streamlined, takes out the, what a lot of people describe the problem with Proteus, the 20 questions feel to it. I think it's perfect the way it is. Personally, I don't own Proteus yet. I've been debating getting a copy, mainly because, you know, right now I'm putting my funds into things that are, you know, non-magic related, mentalism related. It's weird, abnormal as that might sound, but I had the joy of it being performed on me 3 separate times by him over Skype, and he nailed it every time. And it's beautiful how simple it is and how much showmanship goes into it. And the same amount of showmanship from the book kind of fits into here. So in this Propless Drawing Duplication by Fraser, what makes it different is the fact that there's none of the kind of array of questions asked. Really, there's just, I guess, one apparent question asked that isn't really answered per se, or need to be answered, but also it's easily dismissed. So the idea of letters and such is dismissed right away, which is what really fuels the pure engine that drives this thing, which is primarily a principle that Fraser has just now kind of concocted up out of his head. And I say just now, I mean, it's been months, but at the same time, Fraser's one of those guys. He goes out to the bar, he goes out to gigs. You'll see some lovely pictures of him actually at a wedding gig recently, getting some great reactions from the bride, the groom, the patrons, everyone. Fraser does work. He's actually really incredible when you do see him work, and I can tell you that personally by the footage that he's been kind enough to share with me of him doing some of his work. So, what is actually the meat and bones of this? The meat and potatoes, actually. The meat and potatoes of this is you're going to have an incredible demonstration that you can pull out at anywhere that feels like more than just your standard drawing duplication. It feels like an anything divination, because you can use that same kind of reframing that we're accustomed to from Proteus into this as well. So the other cool thing is it's kind of intuitive in the way that you don't really need to memorize anything. You just need to know a few lines and being able to logic from there, which is really, really nice. Now, obviously, you're not going to have the vast array of different things that you can get with Proteus. There's actually just been simplified down, but for the most part, you don't really need that as long as you are able to get that kind of nice verbiage needed to get them right in the kind of general area they're thinking of. So, I think that this is a real jump in the right direction, in my opinion. I still think this would be amazing with Proteus, or even just what's the word I'm looking for? A precog or a precursor to Proteus. So say, for example, you fail the first time, say, well, you know what, let me try it again. And then you can use the Proteus method after that and really nail it in, because you can actually go back to the thing you dismissed before and say they're a more logical thinker. So, is it something that's new and revolutionary? Yes and no, because I think the principle inside of here that really drives it is incredible. I think it has a lot of potential, and Fraser's explored this in a star sign divination before. Turner is the first one that did it to me. Hi, Pete. Over Skype, and it's just magnificent how well it hit with me. You know, to be able to say, Jacob, I can tell you right now, you're thinking of the sun. He's gonna hate me for that impression right now. But to be able to hit like that over Skype, live in person, whatever, you can do multiple if you want to. It's actually easier to keep track of, I feel like, in this method than Proteus with the multiple people aspect. But that being said, this is not better or worse than Proteus. It's just a different take on the whole genre of this drawing to anything divination that's so hot right now. And I think there's going to be evolutions even further from this in the near future. And that's what I think is really exciting about this. I think there's going to be growth from here. If this remains stagnant, I'm going to be pissed. And I'm personally going to go out and make sure this thing expands and grows and becomes more grandiose as time goes on. So, with that in mind, I do highly recommend the Propless Drawing Duplication, because it's just another set of tools and thoughts and a solid routine you can pull off the spur of the moment to really drive your whole effect home. That being said, is it better or worse than other name divination things out there Fraser's released? No and yes, it depends on your style. So, for example, I could never get Ouija to work for me quite as well. I eventually figured it out and changed the scripting up and made it work for me and my personality. But at the same time, the one I use out of the name divinations or billet is the one from Second Coming. It's just brilliant. That gives you guys that are in the know an idea of what I'm talking about. Yeah. So what you're going to get with this is an incredible routine. I highly recommend it. Go out and test it. Don't just throw it in a drawer or throw it in the back of your mind and say, this will never work. Don't be that dipshit. Please don't, because there's so much out there that could happen because of this. Now, I know some of you are automatically assuming because Fraser and I are friends, this is just something that I'm doing for him. Not at all. I genuinely love everything that Fraser sends me. Fraser has a special place in my heart as an author, as a friend, as just a human being alive. He's very mystical in a way. And that's just something that's just absolutely incredible about him. And it's been so nice and so beautiful seeing him grow. All the way from True Mysteries 1, which I was a late adopter to, and I didn't believe in it all at first, watching it. Even as a performing hypnotist, I didn't really see what was there. When I say see what was there, I didn't see the value in it at first, but then I started using those works, and I use them consistently now. So I think that you'll be in for a real treat if you invest your time, your memory, your mind power, and overall your personality, your performance chops into this impromptu drawing duplication that really expands out into an anything divination. That being said, also do pick up Proteus. It's worth every penny. I'm positive of it, because I've been shown it. It's been done on me. It hit on me, and I'm a dummy. You can ask Fraser. I've messed up quite a few things he's done. It's because I don't process directions correctly sometimes, and I'm just a dummy. That being said, don't let the simplicity and the methods herein scare you from testing it out and going out and using it. And if you do it all kind of jumbly and nervy and this and that, like you're going like something suspect, of course somebody's going to logic it out. So whatever you do, go out with confidence, be bold, be beautiful, and overall just actively engage the group that you're performing for, and I think you'll have a great time with this effect. Hey guys, Jacob here. Thanks again for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, there's a lot more to come. Interviews, product reviews, who knows else, what else, probably random rants by yours truly, and kind of things that you're just going to enjoy, really. Thank you for, again, if you haven't subscribed yet, you can do that actually by clicking here. I'd appreciate it. If you want to see the latest video, you can see that one here. It's really good. I'll see you next time, and thanks again for tuning in to Mystery Arts Inc.